Peace and love, soul family, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Goddess Shomide de la Terre, and today I have for you a slow flow belly dance sequence for your moon time. So if you're feeling a little bit of lower back pain, experiencing some menstrual cramps, some uterine soreness, maybe even some soreness in your inner and outer thighs and lower back, this workout is tailored towards that time of the month. So all you need for this workout is a yoga mat, a bottle of water, your blanket, pillow, or bolster, and your willingness to move your body and try something new. And if you're ready, then let's go ahead and get started. I'll see you on the mat. So we'll begin this belly dance workout here in a child's pose. So just take the knees wider than hip distance apart and begin to just sit back on the heels of the feet. Slide the palms forward and begin to just rest your forehead on the mat. And arrive here in your practice, opening up the hips very gently and deepening your breath into the side back body. So as you inhale, feel the air filling up the sides of the body and the entire back of the body, the spine. And as you exhale, just release that air out of the body, release your breath. And just continue to do that and find your nice, slow rhythm. And slowly start to bring yourself up into a tabletop. So your knees underneath your hips. And we'll slowly start to take some nice hip circles, finding our internal rotation, making sure we get a nice soft tuck of the lower abs. We pull our hips forward. Keeping the upper body as still as possible. And now we're going to add the upper body. Just making our circles a little bit more pronounced as we bring that spiral up to the chest and then to the head, and just allow the entire body to spiral. We go the opposite direction, entire body. Head included. Just nice, gentle rotations of the neck. Slowly take the neck out as you just allow the spine to rotate. Through the arms, through the chest, through the hips. And then begin to isolate that rotation to the hips. one. So from here, with our tabletop, we're just going to begin to sway the hips. So if you are familiar with belly dance moves, then you know what a figure eight is. So you know how we do the figure eights? We're just going to do that in our tabletop. Taking the hips into a nice vertical figure eight. And if you don't know what that is, that's okay. Like I said, just sway your hips left to right. And what feels most natural. Nice and slow. Finding a nice S shape in that spine. Last two. And one. So we're going to tuck the toes and take the hips back for our first downward facing dog. And from here, you're just going to take the right foot to the air. We're going to take the right foot up and then bring it forward, bringing the right knee to the right hand, sliding the left foot back for our pigeon pose. We're going to hold our pigeon pose for a few counts. You can even gently rock the hips left to right. And if it feels good for you, you can slowly start to just walk the hands forward. Maybe coming down to the elbows, leaning on your pillow or your bolster. Finding a nice glute stretch on the right side. You might even feel the hip open on the left. Hip flexors at the front of the body. And if your knee starts to hurt, your right knee in this pose, make sure you flex the foot. Flex the right foot a little bit more in order to send the focus to your glutes. Pull the shoulders away from the ears. Hold this for a few more counts. And slowly start to bring yourself up. Press that left foot, that left heel, or I'm sorry, your left toes into the floor, and begin to step the right foot back for downward facing dog. Now we'll do the other side. Left foot goes up towards the sky, and then begin to bring that left knee towards the left ankle, and the right foot over to the right wrist. Pigeon pose on the left side. We'll just slowly rock left to right with the hips. Crown reaching tall. Finding a focal point in front of us. And slowly start to bring your body forward if that is accessible to you. pressing the right toe into the floor, taking the left leg back to meet the right in our downward facing dog, and slowly start to walk the feet towards the hands for a nice forward fold. And then take the hands, touch the back of the ankles, and slowly start to roll yourself up one vertebrae at a time, tucking the lower back as you come up to a standing position. So in our standing position, we'll take our palms and rub our palms together, generating some heat here. Feet hip distance apart. And we'll place our hands on our ovaries, sending some loving energy. The knees slightly bent, with a nice sway here. And from here we'll go into our first move. So we'll take the hands out to the side, and we'll just begin to do some circles around ourselves. So pressing our hips forward, knees slightly bent, sliding our hip to the right, with the knees still bent, taking our hips back, and then bringing them to the left. Open up, right, back, left. Finding a range of motion that feels good, feels comfortable for you, but really finding a stretch at each point. If this is too much with the arms, you can always bring them back to the ovaries. Making sure you're breathing. Last one. We'll be taking in the opposite direction. So when we bring our hips forward, we're just going to shift to the opposite direction. Reversing our circle. If this is too much on the back, you can always open the knees a little wider, open the feet a little wider, and bend the knees a little bit more. Keeping the upper body as still as possible. The hips are going around in a spiral around the spine. Got all types of visitors. Last two. And one. I'll bring the knees together and just find a small internal circular motion in the pelvic area. Doesn't matter what direction. I'm going the direction that I was last circling around my spine, because that's what felt natural for me. But we're going to do both sides, so it doesn't matter. go in both directions. And it doesn't matter if you can't see it physically, as long as you can feel yourself making this nice internal rotation here. Take it the opposite way. A few more. And one. Slowly start to lean forward with the knees bent. Forward fold, releasing that lower back of any gravity, any stress, any tension. Shake out the knees slightly. And slowly start to roll it up one vertebrae at a time, lifting the ribs off of the legs. And rolling the shoulders back and down the body. So from here, with the knees still hip distance apart, feet still hip distance apart, we just begin to twist and twist. Slight bend in the knees and just twist the hips forward and back. Twist, twist. Very slowly, very gently. Not forcing, not pulling. Just finding movements, finding rotation. Helping with the circulation of the uterus, of the pelvic region. And from here, once we turn to the right, we're just going to take that hip around to the back, and then we're going to do the same thing. Twist to the left, and then take that hip around to the back, like we're carving a C with our hips. So take it to the right, and bring it on around. We'll do a few of those, nice and slow. Like I said, if the arms is too much, you can always bring the arms down to touch the hips or to touch the front of the womb. Lifting the ribs, keeping a nice, tall posture. Now we're going to take the feet a little wider. Open it up a little bit more. Bend into those knees. Find a deeper twist. More open twist. More open figure eight. Scoop it around. And scoop it around. And scoop it around. Scoop it around. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep the knees still wide. Bring the hips back to the center and slowly bend into the knees, taking the hands down. Finding a squat, bring it back up, roll the spine one vertebrae at a time. We'll do that again. Inhale. And round the spine, exhale. And now from here, we're going to just dip. Bring the weight to the right. Twist the hips. 2, 3, 4. Dip. Bring our weight to the left. Twist the hip forward. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice and soft. Dip. Twist the hip. Twist it forward, forward, back, forward, back, forward, back. Dip. To the left. Twist the hip. Forward, 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 forward. Dip. Again. keeping the upper body as still as possible. This is all in the hips. Last two. Last one. Shake out the hips, shake out the knees, just bend and straighten, bend and straighten. Shake the hips out. Take the arms up. Inhale, you've done such an amazing job today. Bring the palms together, exhale, slowly to heart center. Inhale, take the arms up. And exhale to the heart one more time. Seal it in, inhale. And exhale, slowly start to make your way down into a forward fold. And from here, we're coming back down to our mat. We are finished with the hardest part of our practice, which was our standing practice. You're doing an amazing job. So, a few more things here. We're going to take the feet into a butterfly pose. So, bringing the soles of the feet together and lifting the spine, lifting the chest. And when you're ready, you'll slowly just start to exhale, walk the hands forward, where you find that deep stretch along the inner thighs, opening up the hips. And we'll hold it here. Finding a slow, rhythmic breath. And what I mean by slow, rhythmic breath is a breath that's nice and even on the inhales as well as the exhales. So you might count 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Still leading with the chest. Try not to round out the back. Keep the chest nice and open. And slowly start to walk it up. And from here, we'll take the knees and the feet out wide for our dragonfly pose. So from our butterfly to our dragonfly. From here, we'll lift the spine, stack the spine nice and tall. And exhale, slowly start to walk the palms forward. And this should be, like I said, nice and easy. This is an easy flow. This is a slow flow. This should feel good. So if this is uncomfortable or this is painful, just bring the feet in a little bit. Your V doesn't have to be as open. You don't have to lean forward as much. If this is good here, you don't even have to lean forward at all. Find what's comfortable for you. Maybe even create a nice sway in the body. Slow sway. I know during moon time, you can get a little bit stiff from the prostaglandins, from the hormones coming through the body. We can experience soreness, tightness in some areas. So anytime we can create a sway in the body, we can create some flexibility in the spine, keep the flexibility in the hips, allow the energy to flow with ease. It can help to ease our discomfort during this time. You also can stay still, nothing to breathe. Just hold it and breathe. A few more moments here. And slowly start to walk yourself back up. You'll see the dragonfly. And then from here, we're just going to cross the legs into our easy seat. Place our hands on our knees because we've completed our practice. Thank you so much for joining me today. And I pray and I affirm that this practice was beneficial for you during your move time. So, if you'd like to see more content like this, make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you enjoyed this practice, make sure you like the practice, hit that like button. Make sure you share this with someone you feel it would be beneficial for them. And until next time, stay well, my friends.